It is time for this week's Real Estate Real Talk. You know, we'd all like to think that when we buy a house, the people selling it are being honest about its conditions, but that is not always the case. Actually, according to a new survey by Cinch Home Services, 95% of home buyers find those issues after closing. Los Angeles Realtor Keri White joining me right now with some tips on how we can protect ourselves through that home buying process. Hey, Keri.
Yeah, quite surprising stats there, huh?
It really is. So we're gonna sit down right now and get your expertise here, because is it better to disclose an issue, or is it just better to downplay it? And does it depend really on what the issue is?
Always disclose. We don't care if a neighbor walked by and sneezed. We disclose, disclose, disclose. There is no reason to withhold information. And when it comes to downplaying information, of course, every issue has a different level of severity according to that buyer and what they're used to. But in general, it's very surprising to hear how many sellers are downplaying these known facts. But we really go through our disclosures with our sellers. And to be honest, sometimes sellers don't know, but this is not what this article is stating. This article is stating sellers are deliberately not disclosing, but we always encourage our sellers, everything that they've done, dig up all their paperwork, all their invoices, all their receipts, and let the buyers figure out what's important to them. And it's not always about getting credits or getting price reductions. Buyers often just want to know what they're dealing with and what to expect, because it's about maintenance and upgrades and future repairs.
Yeah, I think that's only fair. What would you say is the most common issues that these buyers are running into after closing?
Yeah, this was surprising too. I mean, even though there's 95% of buyers dealing with things, 74% of them are dealing with finding out about unpermitted repairs or upgrades, which some of these permits are a little extreme, but 57% deal with a known issue worse than expected, which again, could be a seller who doesn't really know how bad it is, or it could have just gotten worse. But the most common issues we see are electrical, with almost 88% of people are dealing with electrical issues. And then it's just under that is fixtures. So what does that mean by fixtures? Well, it's basically anything fixed to the property. So lighting, built-in cabinets, toilets, sinks, and then you go into plumbing, which is about 58%. And exterior items are at 54%, so almost half of people. But you don't always think about the exterior. You're so focused on the home itself, even the roof, that you may not look around at little cracks or sprinklers or things that need to be taken care of in the yard, skunks burrowing. There's so many things you learn about.
Yeah, and you know, it's kind of crazy to see those numbers. 88% electrical, 58% plumbing. Like, these are not cheap fixes when you find them out after the fact.
No, but the good thing is that the lowest percentage there of findings that they have are foundation and roof at 31 and 27%, which is exactly that, because they're the most expensive. That's where buyers spend a lot of their inspection money. I mean, plumbing is a big one. Like, we say, okay, get a home inspection, but you could also get the roof and the HVAC and everything, but no matter what, get a sewer line inspection. And I don't know, in Boston, there is maybe different with the basements, but here you have no idea what's going on with the sewer under the house. Could be cracked, there could be roots, there's a lot of trees, so.
Yeah, and you mentioned bringing in an inspector, right? That's something that you probably should do if you're buying a home. What kind of things are they gonna be looking for?
Oh, yes. We love inspections. And it's funny. We have some clients buying a house right now, and it's a little condo. They have the HOA docs, and they're like, do we really need an inspection? And it's like, always get an inspection, because it's not just about finding things, planning, but it's also just like a how-to on the home, like how things work and what to expect, what to plan for. But inspectors are looking at the main systems, the big five, as we call them. I was trying to think of an acronym for this last night, and I'm going to go with SHRF. I don't know, we can mix that up. But it's basically your sewer, your HVAC, which is your heating and air conditioning, your electrical, your roof, and your foundation. So if you can get an estimate for those five and make sure they're in good shape, or that you're budgeting for them, then you'll be prepared to make a decision on whether that house is worth it.
All right, Keri, if you could give one final and key piece of advice to any buyers and sellers out there, what would it be?
Be wary of those online purchases. Really use a professional inspector, a professional agent. Good real estate agents are making sure you know what to inspect, and that they're making sure that they dig into those seller disclosures. Almost every disclosure package we get from a seller, we go back and ask for more reports, more findings, and more explanations. So whether you're you're worried about finding damage in your new home, a home warranty will help with that as well. So use experts like myself, and it will help you stay out of trouble.
Solid advice. We have you on here every week, Keri, because you are the expert real estate agent, Keri White. As always, a pleasure to have you on. Tune in every Wednesday for more Real Estate Real Talk. You can follow Keri White in the meantime. Go to Instagram. That's at Keri Ann. Plenty of advice on there as well. And in the meantime, you can also subscribe to her YouTube channel. That's at Keri White Real Estate.